I'm on my way to the gym right now for a full body session. I train on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, and it does not take me more than 60 minutes from the time I enter the gym till the time I leave. So I want to show you how do I do this efficiently so that you can as well, because it does not take more than this much time to build a good physique. How does my split go actually? I'll show you the whole workout, but let's discuss what's the plan for today's session. I start with a chest press because chest is a priority for me right now. I'm trying to prioritize it slightly more than other muscle groups because it is lacking. And so then I do biceps, then I do triceps because arms is also a lacking group for me. Then I go to shoulders. After that it is back. 2 exercises for back. Everything I do 1 set, but for back there are 2 sets because there is a pull down movement and there is a rowing movement. After that I move on to core. So there's abs and lower back. And the last we have lower body. Leg extensions for quads, hamstring leg curls for hamstrings, calf raises on a calf press on a leg press machine for calves. And what's the last thing? Yeah, glutes. For glutes, I used to do the hip abductor machine, but if you have ever used the machine, you know it's quite easy to max out on it. So I've instead switched to cables with a strap. I'll show you. It's a little hard to understand if I just tell you, but I'll show you that. And it's the same movement just on cables with a strap. How do you do this? My hands, shoulders are getting tired just by holding it. So I guess I'll just keep alternating between the hands. I just got a banana. This is what I'm going to have as my pre-workout meal, and a bottle of coconut water as well, 1 liter of coconut water, because it has a lot of electrolytes, mainly potassium. It's a very good source of potassium, and that's what I'm going to go for. 1 banana and 1 liter of coconut water. I've got the Blinkit order. This is the coconut water I was talking about. So let's look at the label as well. It says 20 calories per 100 ml. So this whole bottle is 200 calories because this is 1.01 liters. So 220 calories actually. And then look at the potassium. This has 200 mgs of potassium per 100 ml. Some sodium as well, not a lot, but mainly potassium is what I'm going for. I have a cable as well because my phone is on 20% battery right now, and I have a power bank in my bag. I'll have this around half of it before the workout and half of it during the workout to stay hydrated as well. Yeah, let's talk about that once while we are on this topic, how important hydration is before your training sessions, and especially in the morning. It's 7:30 or 7:45 a.m. right now, and I have had around 1 liter of water up until this point. So before I left my room, I had around 1 liter of water, and now I'm gonna have this 1 liter of liquid as well, because first reason, you wake up dehydrated completely. Second reason, you need liquid to perform. You need liquid and electrolytes to train properly, for your mind to function properly, for your body to function properly. That is really important. And so if you train in the morning, make sure that you're having at least 500 to 750 ml of water before you even enter the gym, and combine it with a little bit of simple table salt, and 1 or 2 bananas, because bananas contain potassium as well. Or you can have the coconut water like me, you can have that. So yeah, hydration is really important, and your performance is really going to suffer if you do not hydrate well. I just realized one thing, that my phone does not have battery. It's discharged, and how do I show you this? Just give me 1 second. And as you can see, my mic, it requires this receiver. So I cannot charge my phone simultaneously and have a mic on. what's the alternative thing I can do? I think while recording my sets, I'll just charge my phone and in between I'll speak. So while performing a set, I'll record it and I cannot speak in between. But other than that, I'm going to charge my phone. That's the solution. Let's go. So I'm going to charge my phone right now.
अरे बहन उसने तो कौन मारती है मैं रास्ते में इतना एडिट किया हुआ है कि नीचे से मैंने आया हूँ जोगा वो नहीं आएगा नहीं वो इस तरह से बेंच कर दो
Warm up is done. Done the first set. It was a chest press set. Last time I got 77 kgs for 7 reps, and this time also I got 77 kg for 7 reps. My warm up was just some basic shoulder rotations to warm up the rotator cuffs, because that involves a lot of work during the pressing movements. So a chest press movement, it involves a lot of work during that. And then I did some, what is it, I don't even know what is this called, this motion, rotation warm up, and I did some pull-ups, because if your back is warmed up, you're actually able to train your chest better. This is why I did some pull-ups. And if you can't do pull-ups right now, because most of you're probably overweight if you're watching this, And so if you're not able to do pull-ups, you can just do some scapular pull-ups, which I showed in the video. Then next thing is a preacher curl. I just do one set for every exercise and I give it my all in that set. No energy left, no reps in reserve. Reps in reserve means when you stop the set, how many more could you have done? So if you say you had 0 reps in reserve, it means you stopped the set at a point after which you would have not been able to do a single rep. That's when I stopped. Same with the preacher curls. I got 45 kgs for 5 reps last. I got 45 kgs for 5 reps last time, and this is what I'm going to aim to break today while maintaining good form. While we are on this, let's talk about tracking your workouts and how important that is. Because the reason I was in the skinny fat stage for so long, despite training so hard, despite training 7 times a week, and despite training very hard, is because I never tracked my workout, and so I never realized that my strength was not increasing. Once you start tracking your workouts, you train with the intent, you have numbers to tell you if you're making progress or not, and you come to the gym with a lot more motivation that I have these exact numbers to beat. Just like in video games, you have targets, you have high score, you have leaderboards, you try to beat them, and this is what you do in the gym. This is how you make progress. So tracking your workouts is really important, and you should try it if you're not doing that. It will help you. Let's move on to the preacher curls. Three things I want to talk about after that set. First thing is your self-talk before the set. You saw I went onto the machine, took my position, but then took some time before I actually started my set. I was talking to myself in my brain. I was saying one thing, that it's all in the mind. The physique is more capable than you think. The physique is more capable than I think, and I can lift the load. It's just the mind which is holding back. And so this point is so that you understand what you say to yourself matters a lot. Take some time, prepare for the set, and then give it your all. Tell yourself you're going to give your all before you enter the set. Second thing is that I actually got one less rep than last time. I was able to complete the 5th rep in the last session on Friday, but I was not able to do it right now. I don't know, maybe that's because of poor sleep, poor hydration. It could be many factors. But on a weekly average basis, on a longer time frame, my strength is increasing. And so one session like this, where my strength has dropped, it doesn't matter that much. I gave it my all. You saw how much I struggled to do the last rep, which is the 3rd point. I could not have completed that. And so I gave my best, and that's what matters the most. So the second point is to convey that if on some days your performance is worse than other days, then on a short term it does not matter that much. But because if in the long term, if on a weekly basis your strength is increasing, that's all that matters. That means you're putting on muscle tissue. But If on a weekly average basis your strength is going down, then there's a problem, and then you need to look after it and fix it. Now the third point, which connects to how hard I pushed. This is the thing I have to work with the most with my clients. They think they just stop their set too early. This is what happens with most overweight people. You just go into a set, try to lift, you lift the load, and then you stop way before than when you should have. You could have done like 5-6 more reps, but then you stop because you think, oh, I can't push harder, or this is enough. No, that is not enough. Next time you go into a set, when you think you're done, just tell yourself you can do 3 more reps or even more than that. I can guarantee you will be able to do that. If you're in a position where a beginner, you're an overweight person, and you don't have a lot of experience in the gym with the intensity, working out and all that, try this. I can guarantee you will be able to do this more. This is the thing I have experienced with almost every single one of my clients. And so working on this really helps them see the changes. I'm like, hey, you think when you stopped the set that was your limit, try to go for 3 more reps next time, and then they are able to do 3 more reps in the next session. This also connects to the first point. Everything is in your mind. You are more capable than you think you are. Next exercise is going to be a tricep press down. So let's go on to that. Next exercise is the seated dumbbell lateral raises for the side delts. Just now I got done with the tricep push downs. I actually got 1 less rep on it too. But as I said, long-term progress matters more than individual sessions progress. I've not dropped strength in reps or weight for a very long time. This is actually an exceptional day, but we tell ourselves that long-term matters more than short-term individual sessions. And so in this next exercise, the cue I think about recently, I saw this in a Jeff Nippard video and I've been following it since. I also tell my clients to follow this. The thing is, imagine that this dumbbell is a shovel in your hand. So the one you use, like, I don't know how to describe it. I will put a picture. And the ground is sand and you have to sweep out as big of a circle so that you're able to sweep out as much sand as possible from the ground. So this is a shovel. Put your hands down, make as big of a circle as you can. Let's imagine that. Let's perform it. Let's maintain the form and let's just go hard. That's the bottom line of training. Go hard, recover. And then do this for months and months on end and you will build muscle and you will get jacked. Bottom line, train hard and recover. Just go. Back straight, core stable, chest out, and sweep out the sand. Just go. Good set. I don't remember how much I did in the last session, but one thing I will tell is, do not, I'll demonstrate it with a smaller dumbbell. Do not lift the dumbbell sideways like this directly to your side. Do not do this. Instead, like, lift it completely. You see this. Lift your hand in front of you and inside of you. You have to find a middle ground between these two. So, not completely in front of you, not completely inside of you, but somewhere in the middle, more towards the front. This is where you have to lift like this. This does not target the side delts really well. So, somewhere in the middle. What's the next thing? Next up is the lat pull down, you see right over here. So let's just go hard on it. I just had a thought before going on to the lat pull down, so I might as well record it before it is gone. Hydration in between. Yeah, I was thinking about how important it is to talk about your goals, to talk about what you're doing, to talk about what you're thinking, because words give things power. You know the reason I'm recording this today all of a sudden? It's because I wanted to talk about training. I wanted to talk about physique. I wanted to help you, my past version, who doesn't know anything about training, so that I can save your time as much as I can. Because when you talk about things, more connections about that form in your brain. So the more you talk about the gym, more connections in your brain are going to form about the gym. You're going to think more. You're going to have some ideas, let's try this next time, let's try that next time. Maybe I will go harder next time. Yeah, I talked to my friend about that. This is how many reps I was able to do with this much weight. You think, oh, maybe I could do more next time. It's really important to talk about the things you want, talk about the things you're doing. And important connection with this point is that don't be that person who just talks about things and then never does them. You say your goals, you say this is what I want to do, this is my plan, this is what I'm gonna do, and then you end up doing absolutely nothing. Do not be that person, because firstly you lose respect for yourself, you lose respect for your word, and secondly others lose respect for you. You say I'm gonna do this, then you don't do it. Nobody takes your words seriously. You do not take your words seriously. And so next time you make a promise to yourself, you say, next month I'm going to go to the gym. This is when I'm going to follow the nutritional plan. And guess what? You don't even believe in yourself that you're going to do this. And so talk about the things you have done. Talk about the things you're going to do and actually do them. This is what builds confidence. When you actually do the things you say and you talk about the things you have done. Words give things power. So use them carefully. Use your words carefully. Last time, all I'm going to focus on is the form. Form is the first thing in any exercise. That's the first thing you focus on. And then while maintaining that form, you just go as hard as possible. That's what you do. So let's go. Grip the bar without the thumbs. Grip it as tightly as you can and just go hard. Got 6. Next up is this rowing machine, and this is what we're gonna do. Also, one more thing, after this rowing machine I have a point to make, which I will tell you. I got 68 kgs and 4 reps last time, and so I'm not gonna try to beat it. I'm just gonna maintain my form and I'm going to go as hard as I physically can, because my body is more capable than my mind thinks it is. Let's go. That was definitely more than 4. Now upper body is done. I've done chest, I've done biceps, I've done triceps, I've done backs, I've done pull down movement for the back. I just did rowing movement for the back. Side delts are done. I do not train my front delts directly, because in the pressing movement they are hit indirectly and I don't need much work for it. I just focus on what I'm doing. I'm doing with my full intent. I'm doing it consistently. And I'm taking feedback every session that what can I improve next time. Minor to minor thing does not matter. What can I improve? What did I do well? I'm going to do more of that. And so the point I was making is dumbbells. Re-rack your dumbbells when you use them. Respect the place. You're not the only one using this. And so, re-rack the dumbbells. Now, upper body is done. We are going to move to the next thing, which is abs, lower back, then quads, hamstrings, calves, and glutes. I actually have 3 floors in my gym, and so abs and lower back I have to do on 1 floor above this one. Then legs, quad extensions, I have to do 1 floor above that one. And then for hamstrings and glutes, I will come back to this floor. Let's just go. Decline bench crunches for abs. And what you have to focus on in this exercise is to keep your lower back straight and fixed while you bend your upper spine to crunch your abs. I am on the learning curve. I am on the learning curve for this exercise myself, but let's just give our best. So lower back, this part should stay as stable as possible, and then you have to bend your upper spine to crunch your abs and hold it in the contracted position for a short moment so that you ensure you're not using momentum. Anyways, let's just start. I got 9 last time. Let's just do our best. I don't know how many was that. I'll have to see the recording. Next up is hyper extensions for lower back. Last time I did 5 kgs for like 8 or 9 reps. This time I am going to do 7.5 kgs, and let's just go with, oh yeah, one thing. On hyper extensions for your lower back, once you start loading more weight, just keep the machine stable like this by putting some plates, because otherwise it has a tendency to lift up from the backside when you have load on this side. Let's just go. Back straight. Go as hard as you can. Control on the way down. Come on. There you go. No. Oh. That was probably 0 or 1 reps in reserve, which means I could have done either 0 or 1 more rep after this. While I set up this machine, I'll also tell you one thing, that remembering the settings of your machines is very important, because it ensures consistency and it ensures that you have the same conditions every time. Okay, this is fine. If you don't keep track of which point did you keep your machine on, what weight you used, every time it's going to be slightly different, and so it's going to become harder to measure your progress. So remember the settings of your machine and just keep it at that every single time. Yeah. Let's go 31 kgs. I'm relearning the form of leg extensions right now, because my ego got involved and I ruined the form, and so I've dialed back the form and I've dialed back the weight and working on my form again. It's hard, but you have to do what you have to do. I just had a thought and I will share it after this set. Single leg at a time, we go as hard as possible, and the mat is so that it doesn't cause pain on the shin, the pad. That's why the mat is there. Everything is stable. Let's go. Non-working leg on the machine, on the chair. Let's go. I'll take like 30 seconds of rest and then go with the next leg. What was the thought I was having? I actually forgot. What was it? I forgot. Never mind. I got 31 for 7 last time and I got 31 for 8 this time. My mic is actually running low on battery. It's showing this red sign, and so after this set I'll charge it again. Let's go. Last exercise is calf press on a leg press machine. It is better than a seated calf raise because in seated calves your knees are bent, and so the most chunky part of your calves is not trained properly. But in any straight leg variation where your knees are straight, it hits the chunky part where the most muscle is in the calf, the upper part. It hits it the best. And so while you're doing this exercise, be sure that you're not unlocking the safeties. So you push the weight up. Do not do this because you do not have to come all the way down. always ensure that the safety is on point, so that in case you fail, you can just keep it back here. Let's go perform. Form is the number one thing, intensity is the second thing, which we have to stack on top of the form. Let's go. Last set of this session. Give it your all, Ayush. Your body is more capable than you think it is. Good. I'll have to get new shoes, if you can see. The shoes are all torn up. My brother actually gifted me these shoes, but now the time has come. And the thing is, when he gifted me these, I was not making any money for myself. But now I am. I can support myself. I do not take any money from my home. I book my flight tickets on my own finally. And I buy everything for myself. Food, clothes, tech gadgets, anything I need. I just buy it. So, let's see. A good pair of shoes. I'll get them. Let's connect this to the last thing while we are on the topic of money. What is money? How do you make money? I did not know this until recently. You solve problems to make money. Think about when did you last spend your money? Think about where do you spend your money? You spend money to get solutions for your problems. You get money to stop your pain and bleeding points. So what can they be? For example, a tripod. If I don't have a tripod, I have the pain of setting up the phone. I have the pain of getting the angles. And so with my money, I buy the solution. It stops a pain point. Let's say there's a business who wants to run ads but does not know how to design them, how to target them, what specific words to use to inflate the pain points of the target audience. And so they will go to an agency who runs ads, who solves this pain point of the business. And they will buy the solution. They'll be like, hey, take my money, make the ads for me instead. I'll give you the money, you do the work. And the business and the agency then the agency solves their problem. The problem I solve, how I make money, is I help people who are in the position I was, who are overweight right now, whose whole life is just getting ruined by being overweight. They have so much pain because of it. They're not able to live their life because of it. And they just want to stop this bleeding. This is where I come in. I coach them. I am an online fitness coach. So I help them. I help them do it more efficiently. I save years of their time, because if you just step into the gym in your first day, you do not know what to do. You'll do some trial and error. You'll look for some plans. You might even quit. You're sure to waste a lot of time. And so if I come in there, I just tell you, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. If you face this problem, do this. When you face this problem, do this. That just saved years of your time. That would have saved me years of time if I had someone like myself when I started. And so then dieting part. I tell them, hey, you do not have to starve yourself. You do not have to cut out sugar completely. You do not have to be so restrictive on yourself. You do not have to say no to outings. You do not have to crumble upon stress when it finally comes in because of your work. You can just eat this, be mindful of calories, be mindful of protein, and there you go. That's all you have to do. You do not need perfect days. You just need to do whatever you can. Money is freedom, money is power, money is influence, money gives you the resource to solve almost all problems in your life that can be bought. You can buy more time, you can buy more resources, you can buy more tech gadgets, you can buy anything, you can travel anywhere, you can live anywhere. And yeah, let's connect this back to the point about talking about your weight loss goals and talking about your physique goals. It's also very important to talk about your business goals, your money goals, to have like-minded people along with yourself with whom you can talk to about this, because it sparks more ideas, it makes more connections in your brains about this, you realize more things, you do more things, and when you actually put your situation into specific words, you realize that it's not that hard. You put your problems in specific words, like why am I not making enough money? Okay, I am not doing the work. I did not put the story, I did not do the work, I didn't do it this efficiently, and this is why I did not make enough money. So why am I complaining about not getting the results for which I did not even work? You talk about these things and you realize, oh, this is actually quite simple to do, and I can just do it. And this is why, last point, it's very important to curate your circle. It's very important to see who you surround yourself with. I'll be honest with you, I do not talk to anybody except one person, and that too very rarely. I'm very careful with my words, I'm very careful with who I'm listening to, and because most people don't align with myself. They just don't talk about money, they don't talk about physique, they don't talk about their goals, they talk about other people's achievements. Like, did you see this movie? Did you see that reel? Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you hear that song? It's like, these are all other people's achievements. What have you done? What are your goals? What is your feedback? What did you do yesterday? How much money did you make today? And that's what I like to talk about. And there are not many people like this, because these goals are exceptional. And so there will be very few people like this. Anyways, the workout is done. There were about 11 or 12 exercises, one set for each. This is what I do 3 times per week. I was recording in between the sets right now, so it took me more in total time in the gym. But usually when I don't record, the workout is done within like 60 minutes. I walk in and out of the gym, if I'm not recording, within 60 minutes. You can follow this. You can follow this if you would like. If you don't have a plan, if you don't know what to do, you can follow this. You can follow anything. Stick to it. Be consistent. Follow it for months. Track your progress. Get stronger. That's how simple it is. That's it for this video.